The year is halfway over, and so far I have read 40 books. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing all of them in just one sentence each. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. How are you doing today? My name is Jackie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about every book that I have read so far this year, reviewing each one in just one sentence. I thought this would be a really fun way to just briefly discuss all of the books that I have read so far this year. And originally I was planning to do a tier ranking because I know that is something that is still pretty popular on booktube, but I had this idea and I thought it would be just, a little fun and different. Hopefully you enjoy. I also have a tendency to give very long book reviews, so this will be a little challenge to myself to see if I can succinctly sum up my thoughts in one sentence. Since we have 40 books to talk about today, let's just dive right in with the first book. Retelling of the Trojan War told from entirely female perspectives and perfect for fans of Circe by Madeline Miller. Jane Austen murderous sequel fan fiction with a great premise, but a bit of a clunky murder mystery plotline. Historical nonfiction book about several murders in the Medici family, which would be perfect for a period drama adaptation. Sequel to Scythe with a character death at the end that made me unexpectedly emotional. Feminist retelling of the story of Medusa with some anachronistic language but beautiful illustrations. Really enjoyable short story collection that has me excited to read more Sherlock Holmes stories in the near future. The Great British Bake Off, if someone was murdered. I absolutely adore Tommy and Tuppence. That's it. That's the sentence. 1930s female-centric historical fiction with a heavy dose of romance. Too much talk about Aristotle, not enough murder mystery. Decent sequel, but I would like this series better if Isla were the main character. YA fantasy TBR vet that was honestly better than I was anticipating, but I don't understand why Jules was one of the narrators. Scottish-inspired fantasy with a delightful frenemies to lovers subplot, but an ending that made me say WTF. Really cute and charming children's classic. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy solve another murder. Young adult historical fiction set at Atlanta featuring a very likable main character. Nick and Nora were delightful, but the resolution to the murder storyline was pretty underwhelming. An Agatha Christie mystery that I was actually able to solve. Gilded Age true crime story that featured a lot of men doing really awful things. Cozy historical murder mystery with a Scottish Highlands setting. Stoker deserves better. Decent Agatha Christie mystery with discussions of the occult and a pretty likable sleuthing duo. Regency-era historical mystery that had some promise but did not absolutely knock my socks off. Very hyped historical mystery that unfortunately does not pass the Bechdel test. Stoker really deserves better. Really engaging Charlotte Bronte biography, but the author has a tendency to sexualize things that don't need to be sexualized. Historical mystery with a fun setting in medieval York, but the main character didn't do it for me. The part of this book that sticks out in my mind the most is the weird line where the heroine describes herself as, quote, freezing her tits off. Low-rated Peter Swanson novel that wasn't as bad as I feared it might be, but really should be marketed as a horror and not a mystery. One of my least favorite Agatha Christie's because the murderer was extremely obvious. Promising historical mystery debut following a pair of teenage twin sleuths. Historical mystery that pays homage to the classic locked room mysteries of the Golden Age. pretty creepy mystery thriller about a missing child that would be perfect reading for Halloween time. A how-to guide about committing homicide in fiction, not in real life. Loved the setting of Bombay in the colonial period, but felt like the book was a bit too long. I really liked the book and really hated Dr. Sloper. Charming murder mystery starring retirees that has me excited to continue the series. Exciting premise but lackluster execution. Historical nonfiction that's perfect for fans of all things Tudor. And finally, fairly run-of-the-mill but still enjoyable Agatha Christie short story collection. And that is it. That is every book I have read so far this year, reviewed in one sentence. Yes, some of them were compound sentences, but I don't think that's cheating, you know? Maybe they needed a few commas, but still one sentence. I would absolutely love it if you went to the comment section down below and reviewed some of the books you read this year in one sentence. Why don't you go there and give me a one sentence review for your favorite book you've read so far this year, and or a one sentence review for your least favorite book you've read so far this year. I would really like to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. My social media links are down below if you want to follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, or be my friend on Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. Bye, and I'll see you next time.